Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Martin of Bellavore Auto Spa, and today's video is going to be a review, demonstration, test, etc. on Chem-X's snake oil. Now, the label is crooked. It's not a big deal. It's just something I'm just like, oh my god. It's got a pH level of 4 to 5, so on the acidic side, but not too far from neutral. Nothing that's going to damage anything. And what this stuff is, as it says, the touchless ceramic foam sealant. So it's basically a foam-on sealant after you've already cleaned the car. Whether you're using their Stars and Stripes touchless wash, or if you're using their foam contact mitt wash, or heavy duty. As far as using it over their Liquid X, I don't know how that would work. It might work, it might not, I don't know. Anyways, you get some short-term protection out of this stuff, about 60 to 90 days, so a couple months, depending on conditions. Some added gloss, and we'll see if it adds some slickness to the surface. I imagine it would, but I don't know. And something that's, this isn't a new type of product in the market. Griot's Garage has their foam on wax and foaming polygloss. But that one, those are wax and polymer-based products. This is a ceramic-based product. So, similar to their Awesome Sauce, which I've been testing this stuff out. I'm going to do a full review on it. This stuff is insanely slick. I love it. It smells great. But similar to Awesome Sauce, snake oil is ceramic-based. So we should get some nice water beading. Let me smell it real quick. And, okay. It doesn't have the most pleasant smell. So that could just because of the formula. They couldn't, scent it so great, but that's not a deal breaker. I don't really care about the scent. Scents are usually just an added bonus. But anyways, show you what it says over here. Touchless application, gloss and shine, hydrophobic, protects 60 to 90 days, safe on all surfaces, reduces drying time, protects against salt and UV rays. Now for the dilutions, pump sprayer, that might be a way you can get a lot of use out of this. And you can use it in a foam or probably in a regular sprayer. You can probably use it to spray on rinse off if you want to. Power washer, foam cannon. Power washer is 4 to 1, 10 to 1. Foam cannon is 8 to 1, 10 to 1. And their Chem-X foaming injector, which I did order, it shipped today. It says 8% to 1%. Really, I think, just as long as you get the right orifice size on that, just throw it in there and it's good. And check out their injectors, guys. They got a couple options. They're not cheap. Their silencer injector kit is about $300, but it uses considerably less soap. And there's no foam cannon to mess with. You just put a different, you put the foaming tip on the end of your lance and you're good to go. So check that out, guys. It's pretty cool stuff what they've come up with. And if you haven't seen any of my other videos, Chem-X's background, they have been in the chemical sales industry for longer than I might have alive. But it wasn't until recent years that Bob decided to start developing his own product lines. Because I think mainly what they did was custom wash bays for fleets, whether it's truck fleets, car fleets, whatever, custom wash bays. And they sold, gallons of soaps, things like that. But now they got more into, in addition to their custom wash bays, they offer all kinds of lines of pressure washers, pressure washer accessories, real high-end stuff. I like to call them the obsessed garage of fleet washing. And they've got some stuff that that they've come up with that I have not seen Obsessed Garage come up with. And what I like about Chem-X, this isn't a dig at Obsessed Garage. I love what Matt does with Obsessed Garage, where he curates all the products. Chem-X more or less is coming up with their own solutions, which is great. And I don't mind buying stuff, because I know buying stuff directly from Chem-X is directly supporting them, and they're not just reselling chemicals. Of course, obviously, they're reselling stuff from their Suttner and Mosmatic, companies like that, but they're coming up with the solution so you get everything together in one package, and then they have their own chemicals as well. I think that's great. But enough about that, guys. So the dilution ratio, 8 to 1 to 10 to 1 to foam cannon. Let me figure that out real quick. So I've got about half the foam cannon filled, so that's approximately 2 ounces, a little less, a little under that. If you had a full foam cannon, it'd be about 4 ounces. Or maybe 3.5 ounces. You can look up the dilution ratio charts. That's what I usually do, and I just estimate it based off that. It doesn't have to be exact. You just got to get in the ballpark. So, again, this is not a bucket wash product, okay? This isn't even, it's not a shampoo. But what I am going to test is I'm going to see if it performs better if we wipe it in. So we'll foam it on, rinse it off, and then we'll wipe it in. So let's get this filled up to the 2 ounce mark. Stuff is very watery, which I personally like. prefer if it's watery because it's easier to work with that way. And my freaking dog's barking. I have to go shut him up. But add this into the foam cannon. We got our nice MJJC Foam Cannon Pro version 2. So now what I've seen of this stuff is it's got pretty runny foam, so I'm not expecting the greatest foam. It's not a big deal because, you know, as long as it does what it says it does, then we'll be in business. And what was I going to say? Oh, I just realized the little red plugs for my foam cannon are missing. So don't tip it upside down or it's going to leak. Oh, well, whatever. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so we'll foam it on, rinse it off, and you get pretty good protection. It's not extreme beading, but it is water beading or fast sheeting. It's a step up from their Liquid X, but their Liquid X is a wash and wax / wash and coat product. This is just a foam on, rinse off when you've already cleaned the surface. So let's go over to the panel, take a look, and we'll see it in action. Alright, so here's our clean and prep panel here. I'll show you the hydrophobics before, just so we can get a good idea. Other than this spot right here, I think I might have had some overspray or something. It's pretty much not very hydrophobic. Water sticking, very slowly sheeting off. Okay, so let's get the foam cannon hooked up and we'll see how it works. We'll make sure we're up to max foam. And we'll foam it on, see how it does. Alright, now that I'm foaming it on, it does smell a lot better. It's got kind of like a lime scent, key lime, I guess. Not a bad scent, so definitely smells better than it does concentrated in the bottle. Let's rinse it off and see how it does. Okay, so we got some faster water sheeting. It's faster than Liquid X was for sure. It's not extreme beading or anything, like I said, I don't expect it to be. But I'm going to foam it on and then we'll wipe it in. We'll see if that brings it up to the next level as far as protection goes. Alright, so I got a microfiber, this is what I'm going to use to wipe it in. The foam cannon hooked up, try this again. And we're going to use what's left in the foam cannon, so we'll go a little overboard, I guess we can say. I always twist it all the way to the minus, or the loosen it all the way up and run water through it just to make sure that the foam mesh stays clean. Which so far for about over a year it's worked. Let me wipe it in and see how it does. Now it doesn't feel super slick, lubricated, but again, it's not a wash soap, so it's not made to do that. Now let's rinse and see if we see any improvement. hard to say. I mean, I do see improvement. Yeah, it's not drastic, but it does look like it did a little bit better, which makes sense because, you know, you really worked it into the surface, so you get a better bond. Let's see how it does with like simulated rainfall. So I'm just gonna stand back from the panel just so you get like a misting of water to see how it looks. Yeah, so it definitely looks like some ceramic protection. It's not the best contact angles in the world, but I mean, it does what it says it does. They're not, you know, saying this is a miracle product. 60 or 90 days, I'd be pretty happy with that. Yeah, good product overall. Let's hit it one more time with the water just to see. So, I mean, yeah, guys, if you're doing a big truck, RV, something like that you don't want to go around ceramic coat or use a spray sealant on, this is going to be a good final step. It's going to give you some good protection and get most of the water off of there, so when it, you know, if you do dry it, it's going to be a lot easier. So, pretty good overall. Let's go in for our final thoughts. Alright, so Chem-X snake oil. It's going to get my stamp of approval. Now, when would I use this as a detailer? Because I don't do RVs and big rigs. Honestly, I do have a lot of people that come to me. Either they just want, you know, a basic wash, or they want a complete interior. I don't get a lot of people for basic washes, but they just want a complete interior done. Or they, you know, they want their paint decontaminated clay barred. So after I wash the outside of the car, I could foam this on after. Save me some time, especially once I get my foam injector in. Save me some product as well, versus going over the whole vehicle with something like this, which Awesome Sauce is great. And you know what? I forgot to feel the panel for slickness. Let me go check. Be right back. All right, I just gave it the old, you know, back of the finger test like this. Slickness, it's not the slickest in the world, but, you know, it's definitely an improvement over bare paint. But yeah, guys, you know, this isn't a miracle product. They're not testing, they're not saying that. And it's funny they call it snake oil, and obviously they did that for a reason. People say, you know, oh, you know, ceramic snake oil, stuff like that, snake oil. I mean, you've seen it works. It does what it says it does. Adds hydrophobic protection, gets most of that water off your paint, and is going to do a great job. Now, you know, I would say this is on par with Griot's foaming polygloss and their foam on wax. It performs similar as far as the water beading and sheeting goes. For other touchless sealants, which you don't foam on, that are not soaps, because I know there are there are foam on products that are soaps, but they're not intended to be touchless. They're intended to be car washes. This is not intended to be a wash. So for, you know, something spray and rinse like CarPro Hydro 2 Light. CarPro Hydro 2 Light is crazy slick, really good beading, and slightly more durable protection. But again, you know, that's a different product range per se, and it costs a lot more money. Hydro 2 Light, or Hydro 2 Light, I guess, isn't super expensive. If you buy Hydro 2 Concentrate, it's a lot more expensive. Which this would be on par with that, because I mean, if you look at this dilution ratio in a pump sprayer, you can get a lot out of this, a lot more than you can get with CarPro Hydro 2. But yeah, guys, pretty good product overall. I can definitely find a way to incorporate this into my regimen. Would I buy it continuously? That has yet to be determined. I mean, if it's saving me time on details, absolutely saving me time and money, because I don't always want to use Hydro 2 Light. It does take a while to get around the car. Or this, you just foam it on, rinse it off, you're good to go. And, you know, if their car is not ceramic coated, I'm not going to care all that much to use my expensive products anyways. Yeah, that's all I got to say about that. Chem-X, you guys got a great product, did a great job here. Last two products I got to test out from them guys is going to be Awesome Sauce and their M-Shine. M-Shine might be a while before I get something I can really test that out on. Awesome Sauce, you know, I'll do the whole panel torture test and all that. But anyways, guys, if you appreciated this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Leave a like. Yeah, that's what a thumbs up is. Leave a comment with your thoughts below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good day. Keep them clean.